honestly, if you're thinking about quitting your job, watch this video before you do. I'm back. Finally back. Fake Vision Thursday is back. I'm TYLER.V and I'm happy to see y'all because it's been a extremely long time. If y'all was following me from beforehand, you already know that my last video was legit called Rest, Reset, Recharge. And my last video was about 2 years ago. And legit, I rested, I had to reset and recharge because the pandemic, baby, laid me out. Definitely caught COVID, definitely had a little mini depression session. Like, I don't even want to downplay it. It was a hot mess. Like, I went through it, but I'm in such a better place right now. And the biggest news that I have to tell y'all, if you don't know already, I quit my job. I highly believe that if you are struggling mentally at a job and you are just not operating at your full capacity, it's time for a change. And honestly, I know it could be scary because you're like, how am I going to support myself? You may have kids, you may not have a large enough savings. But honestly, one thing I learned during this pandemic is that tomorrow is not promised. And if anything was to happen to you today, you will be replaced in that job in about 2 weeks or less. Also, it is May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I just really want to say, take care of yourself mentally because it is so important. The pandemic, baby, was rough. But we're here, we're back, and I'm so excited. I have so much new things to talk to you guys about, so much new curvy things I want to talk to you guys about, new outfits, trips, traveling. Anyways, so more on quitting my job. So in 2020, around October, honestly, from March to about October, I just really couldn't perform to my ultimate capacity. I was at my job for about 6 years. It was a government law firm. I will not say the exact name of it, but actually I loved my job. I loved doing it. It really supported my music dreams. A lot of people didn't even know that I actually had a full-time job that I was working. And once the pandemic hit, I thought, working from home was gonna be amazing. I thought that it was gonna give me much more flexibility, but actually working my 9 to 5, 10 to 6, 11 to 7, whatever you wanna call it, because low-key I was never on time. Working at my job, it was starting to weigh on my mental health because everything was happening in the world with the pandemic, in my own neighborhood. I just didn't feel safe. And it was hard for me to communicate that to my boss because I thought that I didn't want to give an excuse. I didn't want to say like, oh, I had a bad day, like I just didn't know how to communicate. And I just want to say like one thing again, like make sure that you're communicating properly about your mental health. To be honest, if you may need a break from your job, that's probably what you need to do instead of quitting. Maybe I would have stayed longer if I had a longer break, but my boss did offer me to take some time off. So I took some time off in October. I took about a month off and went to Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, y'all. My family's from Jamaica. I wasn't born there, but my mom and grandparents was born there. And so I went to Jamaica for a whole month, had the best time. I meditated, I sat in the grass, I was in the sun, I went in the pool, I went to the beach. It was an amazing time. But then like once I came back, it was like all of those emotions came back and I just honestly wasn't ready. And so I thought, you know what, maybe I just need to cut ties, spread my wings, and figure out what I need to do, because me working this job is just not it. And so I quit. I quit my job of 6 years with no plan, okay? No plan, just my faith, God. I knew that music was my passion. I knew that I'm a very creative person. I knew I would figure it out along the way. My mom was very supportive. My family was supportive of it. A lot of people was very nervous. They're like,
what are you gonna do with a health insurance?
You know, that was a scary time because during the pandemic, you know, people were getting sick. What if I did get sick? How would I be able to, you know, secure myself and be able to go to the doctor? But honestly, y'all, I was fearless. I was ready to go. You hear me? Ready to go. I was just like, I can't do it anymore. And I knew I would figure it out, and I have figured it out. So now it is 2 years later. Okay, maybe I quit October 2020. It is now May 2022. So I think it's about like 18 months. And I've done so many things to make money. Like when I say so many things, but it's like I'm still not where I want to be, but I am so happy. Like like when you start to do things that you're very passionate about and it makes you money, it hits different. Like it hits so different when you get money for something that you enjoy. Oh my gosh, like if I could bottle it up right now and like give it to everybody so they can experience that. And I'm still in like the beginning of my journey, like nowhere near what I need to be. But I have so much more tips and things that I want to discuss about maybe if you're thinking about quitting your job and you want to make sure, you know, like you're in the right headspace and, you know, you're a little bit nervous. I'm going to talk about some of my pros, some of the cons that I've learned, and whether or not things that I regret, and whether or not I would go back to a 9-to-5. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you so much for joining Thick Vision Thursdays. I have so much more to talk about. Like y'all don't even know, I'm in such a new like energy space. Like I just feel so free and creative, and I just want to share the world of what I've been working on, like music and everything that I'm doing. Like I'm just so excited. But anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below if you're thinking about quitting your job and you want to do more, or if you just love this video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next video.